Good evening, friends. It's KrebsCOHO with a Company of Heroes replay for all of you tonight. I am recording this at about 8 o'clock. It is pitch dark outside, apart from the street lights, obviously, and the cars zooming on by, but it is Boxing Day today. I feel like saying Boxing Day weekend. I don't know why, but I feel like saying it. But today is Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. I was hoping to get a Christmas cast for you guys yesterday, but here we go, the excuses are about to roll in. Well, I'll explain it in just a second. Today, we're going to be doing a 1v1 on Beaux Lowlands. Going to be featuring a PE player going by the name of OverLordTR versus his opponent in the northern corner, going to be PimpNamedSlickBack. As the American, I don't know where these names come from. In fact, I like to sometimes find out where these people get their names from, and so I looked up Slickback. And lo and behold, it's apparently a hairstyle. So, you know those gangster hairstyles from the 1940s? Well, apparently they've been making a comeback in 2012. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but apparently that's what Google says. The slick back haircut with the wax in your hair. So apparently that's this guy's name, PimpNamedSlickBack. PimpNamedSlickBack. Oh gosh, it's a tongue twister. Anyway. So today, we're going to be watching these people. So we're at the 5-second mark, and we're going to be getting started in 3 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and on we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes battlefield. I'm alone by myself today, guys. David is off playing with Sergey, and I don't know what they're actually doing, but hey-ho, I'm just doing the cast today, and it's been a long time since I've done a solo cast. But, as I was going to say just a little bit earlier, a few seconds ago, I was meant to get out a cast for you guys yesterday, but technical difficulties with my graphics card meant that I shouldn't have done anything with it. I was trying to overclock it, and well, hey-ho, sometimes if you don't know exactly what you're doing, stuff starts crashing, and so you gotta fix it before anything bad happens. And also another really disappointing thing is, I was supposed to get another cast for you guys out last week. And it was an absolutely amazing cast. In fact, it was on this map, it wasn't the same game, it was this map, me and David recasted it. And I was screwing around some settings, and when you actually have been casting games long enough, you start getting a sense of when things might be wrong with your settings, and I had this deep down gut feeling telling me, Krebs, there's something wrong with your settings, don't do this cast, but I persisted, and I didn't listen to myself. So the lesson to be learned is, listen to yourself next time, Krebs, because your gut feelings are probably right. The cast turned out to be absolutely horrid. The picture quality was terrible, the audio levels were all askew, and that was about 40-50 minutes of casting down the drain. I feel more sorry for David, if anything. Actually, I feel more sorry for you guys to not be able to see that cast, because it's actually brilliant. So anyway, we're going to be looking at some intermediate play today. These fellows are both level 13 in 1v1, so we're not looking at some high levels, 16s, 17s, 18s, whatever. It's going to be decently intermediate and above play. Is that going to put you off? Well, I certainly hope not, because there's actually a lot to look forward to in this match. Maybe you'll see things that you don't agree with, but I'm sure the critics out there can critique along with me, and we'll have a good time together. Alright, so we've already got Jazz is emailing me. Oh, damn it, Jazz, not during a cast. I can't get back to you. KrebsCOHO@hotmail.co.uk. But anyway, so if we take a look at the tactical map, you can see that there's a bunch of skirmishing going down along the left-hand side. We've got 2 Krads out for the PE player at the moment. He's just been capping with engineers, and also the Jeep harassing him. Not good to be taking bullet fire so close on up, because this is exactly what can happen with your Krad. Very, very common for Krads to actually get a damaged engine or something, even far before they actually get destroyed. You can sometimes expect it from below half health, just below half health, and there you go. When you get a damaged Krad engine, then the Krad is going to go down. So that's already one Krad down, and the other one taking some harassment. You'd also notice that the camouflage was activated on this gentleman here, so that means he's gone for the Luftwaffe Doctrine. Very important that you look out for these things on your opponent. If you see that they've actually activated that, then hey-ho, then you can see that Luftwaffe has been selected. Most importantly, if you see these Krads going about cloaked, if you see them 1 second and all of a sudden they disappear, then your opponent has definitely gone for Luftwaffe. Alright, so that's 2 Krads down. Not a good thing to happen at all for the Panzer Elite. Well, to be losing your capping units so early on is definitely not a great start. Especially two of them. You know, I can maybe understand one. Well, you shouldn't even be losing one, but he's built two of them to specifically go out there and cap, and there you go, they're destroyed. So, scout cars coming out for the Panzer Elite, obviously from the logistics company, and he's going to be trying to take out this Jeep, engaging from a distance. Can the scout car gain some ground? Well, it doesn't really matter because the Panzer Grenadiers intercepted that Jeep before he could actually escape from there. And we've got these scout cars acting as the capping units now rather than the Kettenkrad. So, think of the scout car almost like an upgraded version of a Kettenkrad. It has a mechanism of firing on it. Unlike the Kettenkrad, which does nothing, its only offensive capability is pushing units around. Well, if you want to even call that offensive capability, but that's all it can do, a Kettenkrad. So think of the scout car as an improved version. Let's take a look at the tactical map and see what else is going on. We can see a total of 3 scout cars out by the Panzer Elite at the moment. What this is going to allow him to do is not only cap around the field, but if we head on over to this gentleman over here, I was watching this replay a little bit earlier just to see what was going on. He has upgraded himself so that he can actually lock himself down on positions and effectively act like an observation post. So you can see that he's already activated it down on this fuel point, which is a highly contested point on this map. And he's got plus 18 from it rather than the normal plus 10. Why do I say it's highly contested? Because if you look at the tactical map, again, there's some very critical fuel points on this map. You've got one over here, you've got one over here where I'm using my green boxes, guys, and you've also got ones on the left and right hand flank of the map. Alright, Engineers not having a good day, already losing 2 of their colleagues, and that is them on the retreat. We've got the Americans coming in force with the riflemen trying to cap the left hand side, and yeah, so they lock this down. That just prevents anyone from trying to cap it. But then again, that means the scout car can't be used to, you know, go around the field. He needs these capping units right now, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Look at that, riflemen coming in to probably try to decap this point at the moment, but they're not going to be able to do that because you got a scout car right there. Another very nifty thing is, when you actually lock down with your scout car, you actually get a health bonus, okay? I can't remember exactly how much it is. I think it's like plus 50%. I hope! Maybe! Don't hold me to it, but I think it's around plus 50% extra health that you get when you're locked down, just allowing you to stay in the fight longer against such units, such as these harassing riflemen. Over on the right hand side, you got more capping, and how are the Americans going to respond to this? Well, lots and lots of riflemen, I guess, and they've also got 3 engineers. So let's take a look exactly what PimpNamedSlickBack is going for. Man, that is a tongue twister. Let's say that 3 times fast. PimpNamedSlickBack. Oh, I can't even do it after the first one. PimpNamedSlickBack. PimpNamedSlickBack. Oh, I can't be arsed anymore. I know by the 3rd one I'd be like, blah blah blah. Can't say it. So anyway, guys, he's getting down a motor pool right now. He's got the rifleman just back at his base, going to be reinforcing that. And so he's got that motor pool. That's because he's got so much fuel allocated to himself on this map. Why? Because the Kettenkrads are taken out. Very, very important units for the Panzer Elites to get those Kettenkrads to be capping out on the field. And since both of them were destroyed, well, you lost a whole bunch of your capping force right there, Panzer Elite. And so the Americans have taken advantage of this. They've got plus 38 fuel income, and so that means that they're going to be skipping on straight on up to that, to the motor pool. So if you have come in this position, sometimes you have a choice between, hey, maybe I should go for bars, or maybe I should go for a motor pool. To be honest, you could go for either or. If you went for bars, they could do very, very well against scout cars and such, but the only thing that you always have to worry about is things like this, armored cars, right? So I suppose the safe option might be to actually go for an M8, get some sort of armored vehicle, when your opponents, all they have is just anti-infantry. They've only got scout cars, armored cars, no anti-tank right now, and not much fuel income for the Panzer Elite. So, come on, Panzer Elite, get back in the fight! Let's get some fuel going here. I suppose they're making up for some of it by going for the medium fuel point. And this is one of the things that has just clicked in my mind. You've got the riflemen hiding in this building right here. Notice how it's a wooden building. And as I was saying, the cast that wasn't actually successful last week was a really good cast, guys. There's a lot of points that me and David talked about that we never talked about in other previous casts, but one of the things that we actually brought up, and we might do this cast again in the future, but not this one specifically, but the one that I failed on, was a lot of people died in this building and very fast. And I was saying to David, well, you know, this is a bit strange. They're dying so fast in the building. Maybe it's just because they have, you know, that one window to look through. And yeah, David agreed, yeah, that's probably it. But it also could be because that your units, or buildings, sorry, have different cover bonuses, funnily enough. And that's something that I only learned just the other day. I thought all buildings just gave the sort of same bonus. All buildings gave the same cover defensive bonus, but apparently they actually give different bonuses. So for example, wooden shacks like this may give something around orange defensive bonuses, whilst concrete buildings, you know, the ones that look more sturdy and such, will actually give you green cover bonuses. So that's something important to keep a note of. I actually didn't know that, but you honestly learn stuff about Company of Heroes all the time. Even after playing it for 6 years, you always got stuff to learn about. So anyway, I think I missed out something here that was quite crucial. That M8 that came out on the field was actually destroyed by this mortar. This was what I was actually looking for. I was like, where is that action going on? And that's why I looked over on that side, but it wasn't there. But M8 going down, which is not good for the Americans. That was meant to be their pushing units. That was meant to get rid of some of this anti-infantry stuff out for the Panzer Elite, you know, the armored car and scout cars and such. But lucky for the Panzer Elite, they responded quickly with a martyr.
Losing ground out there.
Maybe they could tell from the Americans not getting any bars. Maybe they could tell from the Americans not getting 4 riflemen. Who knows? You know, that's 2 possibilities right there that they could have noticed. No bars and no lots and lots of riflemen. So quick jump on up to the M8. And come on, what is happening with the armored car? Rangers! Are you going to be finishing it off or not? We've got Luftwaffe out right here. We've also got the Panzer Elite, Panzer Grenadiers trying to combat these guys. But that is the armored car down. I'm actually surprised they didn't keep on, you know, rushing on back or something like that. And maybe the... oh gosh, I don't know. They were really close. They were really close. The Luftwaffe wanted to repair that, but unfortunately, the bazooka is finishing it off. And so the Panzer Elite's just holding on by little threads here. Scout car damaged. You've got the Martyr 2 just in the back there, providing some support. And look at that, scout car just gone like that. It was upgraded as well. Come on, losses that you cannot afford. But if we look at the tactical map, you can tell that the Americans have a big advantage going on. They have plenty of territory to be working with here. Riflemen going down. What is that? 2 bars. 2 bars. And PimpSlickBack is already... PimpNamedSlickBack. Raging. Nice run back. Way to retreat the long way. Well, I don't know. Was it the long way? To be honest, if you run this way, then it's actually the shorter way. I don't know, I think I'd have to disagree with you, Slickback. They always go for the shortest path. Shortest path isn't always the best path, and as you can tell, that shortest path was definitely not the best path for them. And so they were killed, and there we go, the engineers going down as well. Sometimes I wish you could select which retreat path you want your guys to go on, but unfortunately that's not part of our control in Company of Heroes, and maybe it adds a bit to tactical dynamics. Maybe that means before you retreat your guys, you have to get them in certain locations. Maybe. Anyway, we've got some Rangers going down over here trying to get that, take out this armored car. But no bother because armored car is just going away. And so, the Panzer Elite are completely surrounded. 476 points for the Americans with 254 for the Panzer Elite. All the Panzer Elite have is Logistics Company and also the Panzerjäger commands. So if you head on over to OverLordTR, see what else he's going for. He's gotten some more Luftwaffe squads, funnily enough. Why? Repair his guys, maybe? Repair his vehicles, that's all I could really imagine. And Scout Car, you've got Thompsons, you've also got Bars, and look how much it can take. Normally it would not be able to do that. It wouldn't be able to take so much. You wouldn't be able to absorb so much bullet fire. But because it's actually locked down, you got that health bonus, and that's why it stayed alive so much longer. But unfortunately, it's down, so that is more fuel going down for the Panzer Elite. Come on, Panzer Elite, what's going on? Look at all these Luftwaffe huddled up. We need a grenade out by the Americans here if they want to do some mass casualties. Some nuclear pineapples right now would be a perfect time for all these units. Can the Americans actually do that? Well, they could if they wanted to, if they upgraded some grenades. That's always a great idea. I think that could definitely complement everything nicely. They've instead gone for sticky bombs, and there you go, trying to disable it, and that is the armored car down. How are the Panzer Elite going to respond to this when they only got infantry and also this Marder 3 right here? You notice that the Americans have tons of anti-infantry to work with, but still too much infantry for the Panzer Elite to handle, and so they are retreating back to their base. Going to be getting themselves reinforced. Do they have a triage center? Yes, they do, to get these guys back up to full health. Great stuff. But I'd really like to see some grenades for PimpNamedSlickBack right here. So some of these battles, some of these engagements against the Panzer Elite infantry could definitely be changed, and I don't know what it is. Maybe he's reading my mind, but grenades, great thing. So even though the level 13 players, they obviously recognize, hey, how can I do better in this situation? I like to sometimes say this, how can I do better in a game? Always try to look at yourself, what you're doing in third-person perspective. How can I be improving? What could I be doing differently? And so he's decided, I need some grenades right now to try and respond with some of this infantry, because there's a lot of Luftwaffe squads. There's a Panzer Grenadier squad. He doesn't know this yet, I think, but there's also, no, actually probably knows it by now if he sees him camping, but Fallschirmjägers out as well. And they also have their guns upgraded. So this means that they're going to be very hostile anti-infantry. You're going to notice this quite quickly here. And even though the riflemen are going inside the building, I don't know why they're doing it. They're doing that because I guess they thought there was some sort of windows on the side of this building. But if you notice, there's just a big solid wall. And look at that. Even though these Fallschirmjägers are suppressed, massive damage out on the riflemen, and that is them just annihilated, killed like nothing. These guys, anti-infantry to the max. I've never really seen them tear apart infantry like riflemen that fast, but hey ho, try to keep your distance from them. Even though they were suppressed down, they weren't pinned, they were just suppressed, still loading out all the bullets into the riflemen there, and that is them gone. We'll definitely love to see some grenades being used on that Fallschirmjägers to help him out, but oh wow. Yeah, if you notice that building, I suppose we could just take a look at this engagement here, but if you actually notice this building, it has no windows on the side. Funny enough, what you can do is, because it has no windows on your side, say if your opponent actually garrisons inside that building, you can get your guys to go on the side of that building and shoot into it whilst your opponent can't shoot back at you. Sounds weird, you're shooting through the wall whilst your opponent can't shoot back at you. Good stuff. I think David might have actually mentioned this in the previous cast, but if you're the one that's garrisoned inside that building, if you have a Panzerschreck, bazooka, whatever, you can sometimes attack ground into the building, blow a hole into the side of that building, and so you can actually have access to shoot out of it. Anyway, so we've got some Thompsons firing at the Luftwaffe who are in retreat right here, losing a few guys on that retreat. But look at the Panzer Elite territory. It is completely askew. You just got everything decapped. Nothing is connected. In fact, if we head on over to Overlord, you can see he's got +0 munitions and +5 fuel. Nothing to work with right now. Still, he's got quite a bit of a stock supply to try to get him back into this into this game. Oh, jeez, my throat is going. My throat can't go during the cast. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. We're halfway through. Maybe I'll just take a quick sip of water or something. I'm enjoying this, guys. I'm enjoying it. Are you? I hope you are. I know this would have been better to have on Christmas Day after you ate your Christmas meal and you're all fat and you're unbuttoning your jeans because your belly was obese all of a sudden. I know, guys, but if technical difficulties didn't get in the way, man, that would have been okay, but I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, let's continue on with this actual game. The Panzer Elite just lost a unit somewhere. Where did they lose a unit? You could hear that apparently a unit was lost. The scout car just about to go down here from the sticky bombs, and kaboom! That is it down with the Luftwaffe with the bars of their own that they've picked up from the rifleman squad, just chasing these guys on retreat.
The enemy is seizing our
I'm not going to be able to
territory.
finish them off. But anyway, nice channel, thank you very much. I do try to put in some effort into it, just a little bit, and I like to add in a little bit of sugar and spice every now and then. Anyway, over on the left hand side, we've got the Fallschirmjägers trying to move on up. These are not the ones that killed the rifleman squad from before, because they have 0 kills right now. I feel like I'm missing some important stuff.
The enemy is stealing a victory
I
point from beneath our
don't know.
noses.
Let's see what's going on over here. These guys approaching the Rangers, shredding them like paper. There you go. Absolutely shredding them apart. Look at that, how powerful these guys are. Man! 3 kills instantly for them. And so now the Panzer Elite can get back on into the fight, because it just seems like everything's degraded to infantry battles, isn't it? Because what happened to the Americans and their fast tanks? The M8, I guess, wasn't that useful. It didn't really do much. It got killed pretty much instantly by the Martyr. But speaking a bit quick here, the Americans have teched on up to a tank depot, and they've got their Sherman out right now, and moving on to the left-hand side just to support in the capping of this territory over here. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, so we needed some more anti-tank then from the Panzer Elite, surely. OverLordTR, what are you getting from here? You're getting another scout car. You see that a Sherman has come out, but you decide to get another scout car. Fair enough. I know you need to get some fuel and stuff, but you're working with quite a bit here. Maybe he needs to get some munitions. Maybe that's why he wants... Yeah, maybe he wants to get some munitions. Because this one died over here and he wants to get another one down. Okay, fair enough. Fair dues. I guess that's totally valid. But what happened to all the units on the field? If we look at the tactical map, you can see quite a few for the Panzer Elite, but you know they're missing tons because quite a few have died. We've got Overlord with tons of butterfly bombs right here. Very nice ability, 100 munitions. Put it down in any sort of choke points or where you expect your enemy to come, especially infantry, because they crash on top of it. They take damage, they get suppressed. Good stuff. And here we go, Sherman moving on down onto this front to support over here. Martyr, where are you going to be? You're not going to be anywhere the Sherman is. You're just going to be hanging out by yourself. Fair enough. And so, the engagements are starting to roll back on out. The Americans are going to be capping on the right-hand side. They've got 160 for the Panzer Elite, and 387 for the Americans. So maybe they're going to be trying to go in for some sort of VP win. It'd be good to do if they're in the sort of position where, I'm doing a lot of engagements, but nobody's really winning. We're pushing each other back and forth.
The enemy has moved against
Killing, he's sometimes killing my units, I'm sometimes killing his units. Maybe I'll try and go in for a VP win. But the Panzer Elite still has 2 VP points out of the 3. That means they're going to be still counting down the timer against the Americans. So let's take a look here. Come on, let's use these grenades. Use them to maximal effect. Come on, guys. Come on. Rangers, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. I think a grenade would have been a better usage there rather than suppressive volley fire. Or maybe even suppressive volley fire and then followed by a grenade. That could always be nice. But I think all these engagements, what the American's doing slightly wrong here is that he's not using grenades all the time. Seriously, when you have grenades, just use them all the time. A lot of these engagements he's losing against the Fallschirmjägers because he doesn't have veterancy of his own. And these Fallschirmjägers can easily tear him apart then. So, if anything, what he should be doing every single time he sees a Fallschirmjäger, just chuck a grenade. Just, get one out of your pocket, throw that hot potato, and just let it go kaboom, yeah? But the field is going back into the hands of the PE. But we still have a few stray units over here. That Sherman and Ranger just holding off that side. We've got off-map combat group coming out for the Americans, 800 manpower, and so they've got an M10, M8, also AT gun, and also a rifleman squad out of that. Pretty decent. They can do quite a bit of that. And they're moving it directly onto the right-hand flank. I guess they just want to try and keep this. They've already got their units over here. They want to try and keep it, and possibly keep the middle as well. What are they going to do on the left-hand side? Just move up an AT gun by itself? Alright. What is an AT gun by itself going to do against 2 Fallschirmjäger squads? I don't know, but hey-ho. M10 coming in for the Martyr. Is he going to go in for a circle? Oh, the Martyr going in for the M8. That's a kind of funny choice, but okay. Maybe he wants to get an easy kill. Fair dues. And so the M10 going in for the Martyr. Look at that M10 going in. Can he crush those units? Wow, I'm surprised he's not crushing them, in fact. After the M10 is so infamously known to crush units, you'd think that that would have happened, but oh well. So Martyr 3 out of control. That is it, gone down. The Fallschirmjägers, or the Luftwaffe rather, wanted to repair it. Didn't happen. And now the M10 has free roam to do whatever he wants inside the base. To some respect anyway. I mean, he's not going to be doing that much against infantry unless he crushes them. AT gun just going down there. I could hear him screaming in the chat. They were going, la la la, oh, we're going down here. And so that's AT gun gone. This M10's doing quite a good job of just circling around everything here, preventing the Martyr 3 from facing around to the M10. But look at that, Martyr 3, another one coming out, wanting to destroy this M10 so badly. Why isn't he shooting? Do something at least. But I guess maybe there's a slight bush or something in the way here. Maybe slight bush, didn't even look like it. And that has allowed the M10 to actually get the final kill. Final shot out on that Martyr 3, finishing it off completely. But you can tell this M10 has no hope in hell to survive now. And that is him gone with this last third Martyr 3 still alive. 2 of them going down, in fact. What is this Panzer Elite trying to plan here? Oh, Sherman, why are you just sitting here by yourself? You could easily have come in with the M10 and wreaked total havoc there. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's just trying to defend the victory points, because if you can tell, look at that, 11 VPs and counting down. This could be a very close victory for the Americans. 10, 9, I'm talking too fast, 8. And there we go. But nope, that is it going to be denied. The Luftwaffe are going to be grabbing it. And the riflemen, I believe, what was the riflemen? Or Rangers. Rangers being killed off. Come on. Against butterfly bombs, you got to keep your micro up. Keep your micro up, man. And so now you can sort of tell the difference between the micro of, say, oh gosh, rifleman going down as well. The micro of a pro, you know, level 16s, level 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, compared to level 13s. You can tell, you know, they got the plan behind it. They have an idea of what they need to do. Like, oh, I need to buy grenades now. Oh, I need to do this. But it's the micro that falls apart eventually. And how do you improve your micro? Well, you gotta just force yourself to improve. Just tell yourself, God damn it, I'm gonna improve my micro. I'm gonna do something about it. That's all you can do. You gotta make a conscious effort. I don't know, just even go into a skirmish match and just try to click as rapid as you possibly can. Play some StarCraft. Maybe you can learn how to do a little bit of micro. I don't know. But anyway, try to cap this VP over here, and this one is gonna get decapped, and pimped. PimpNamedSlickBack saying GG right now because he feels like he can get a VP win. 7 VPs, and mine going off, denying the Luftwaffe from going up into that area and trying to save the day for the VPs. Grenade going down, but doesn't matter. Nuclear Pineapple does have a big blast, but unfortunately it's not a tactical nuke. Nuclear Pineapple, whatever. It's not a tactical nuke in essence. It doesn't actually just decimate a little area. So these guys managed to only lose 1 guy from bullet fire and just take some damage from that grenade. Still enough time to stop the cap on this VP point. Man, if only he was Scorched Earth and could deny some of these points, you know, Scorched Earth them or something. That would always help. But PimpNamedSlickBack putting down some points over here, or some mines And defenses, the barbed wire and the tank traps. Martyr 3 going down from the Sherman. You've got the Fallschirmjägers, the Panzer Shreks going, or Panzerfaust rather, unleashing them down on the Sherman. Just an expendable thing, sort of like the Volksgrenadiers. And almost taking it down, almost. Just another Panzerfaust should actually do it. I'm surprised the Sherman doesn't keep backing off. Back off, back off, back off! But no, I guess it doesn't matter, apparently. And so the Sherman is down. Come on, these are critical units that you need to keep alive. And what the heck was that? We had something going off here that all these guys were suppressed. Maybe a mine of some side. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But they were suppressed down. That is them. They tried to throw a grenade, but rifleman. Oh man, going down. Taking loot losses like they shouldn't. The Americans just taking losses that definitely shouldn't be happening. Sherman could easily have stayed alive. Sherman could have moved in with the M10. These units didn't have to die. AT gun on the left didn't have to die. Losses that should never have happened.
Rangers ready.
But 3 VPs, so close. 3 VPs. I guess he's just going to try to stick in the fight, but hey man, I feel like I'm sort of learning, you know, from my own previous cast. Remember that previous cast just not long ago where the player was calling down GG and then they learned the hard way that, you know, not going to happen. Getting too cocky, and so boom, that's it. I think it was actually, I'm trying to remember, it was the one on Industrial Riverbed. You guys could probably remember better than me. The one on Industrial Riverbed, and Barton PL was getting so aggressive, and then instant karma bited him right in his ass, and so that came back, and so I guess this may be happening to him. It's like karma in a way, isn't it? Saying GG before the game is over, and there you go. You've got all these units. He wants to get a VP cap. Come on, you're not going to be able to do it. What are you thinking? Get these guys out of there. You're going to be losing them. No, don't lose your Rangers. Come on, man. You are one lucky son of a gun to actually have that Ranger squad alive. You should not be losing squads like that. I know you want to get a VP victory, but it's not worth it if you're going to be losing your squads like that, man. It's not worth it. WTF coming down from this guy. Slickback. He wants to get a VP win so desperately. What are these guys going to do? Are they going to even throw an anti-building grenade into there? I'm not going to bother. They're just going to fire into the side of the wall. So, as I was just talking about like 20 minutes or so ago, you can fire into the side of this building. And look at that. You can see that the Rangers are getting killed inside, but they can't fire back. They got these small little windows here, but for some reason they don't even count. You gotta be using these bigger ones to stick your head out of. And they got free roam, So are they gonna throw a grenade into the building? Yeah, there we go. You can see the hot potato coming in, and wow! Finishing off some guys right there. Are they gonna be able to finish off 2? Or will the Fallschirmjägers win? Oh, Fallschirmjägers gonna be winning this. No! Fallschirmjägers staying alive! Whoa, that was risky stuff. I would have been so tempted to just get out of there. Rangers. He's just playing a war of attrition now. The American just calling on off-map combat groups all the time, but losing units that you should just not be losing. And this is giving the Panzer Elite some time to be getting more Fallschirmjägers, more anti-infantry. Just try to hold on in here. But that is all the Panzer Elite is doing, trying to hold on in. How does he plan on changing this game around? Well, I guess he's just planning on using lots and lots of Fallschirmjägers, I suppose. Tanks would be really nifty right now for the Americans. He's got plenty of fuel to work with. If rather than getting these off-map combat groups, I know that they're good with M10s and stuff like that, but getting, like, say, 2 Shermans out would be great against these single Martyrs. Panzerfausts wouldn't do that much against it, but whatever. That's what I would personally do, rather than off-map combat group. I'm getting so used to saying combat group. Rather than the combat group, I would probably go for a few Shermans. Alright, Fallschirmjägers just taking some suppression here. And notice how they've gone for double vet on their offensive first off, and then getting the third as their defensive vet. It's because for Panzer Elite veterancy for their infantry, for infantry Panzer Elite infantry, there we go, that's what I'm trying to say, Panzer Elite infantry, when they get their third defensive bonus, they have an extra little bonus of plus 5% or minus 5% received accuracy, I believe. So the 5% hard to hit. And that is only on the third defensive bonus. It's not on the other bonuses. Dude, are you map hacking? No, probably not. I think he's just got units all over the field. Why? Because you've let him get these units. You've let him kill your squads. You've let him just kill you in general. Your Sherman going down. Your tactics not keeping up. Yeah, I mean, you've just let him. This match could definitely have been ended earlier on. With only 3 VPs, it would have been not that much of a problem to change this around. He could even change it around right now. He's still got 222 victory points to work with. He could easily change it around if he made some adjustments to his strategy, but it's not going to work. Getting more infantry, getting more rangers is not going to do anything, man. Your vet 0 rangers are not going to do anything to this guy's vet Fallschirmjägers. Nothing. And so they're just running, and they're not going to do anything. Whereas if you got a Sherman could do something. But instead he's getting an M8. Surely not out of the motor pool, but okay. And he's saying, no way! No way! I can't believe it! Well, I don't know, man. If you got some tanks to support rather than more infantry, it would do something. And I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling the pain. He's just playing the manpower war now. He's losing more and more and more infantry and no way to reinforce all of them. He just does not have the manpower to do it. He doesn't have the manpower
we're losing a strategic sector.
Resources. And that is it. It's all downhill from here if he's not going to change his strategy. And I guess he's just saying no freaking way. Because if you look at the map now, the entire map is in the favor of the Panzer Elite. So the Panzer Elite have managed to make a comeback off of the mistakes of the Americans. And there you go. Rifleman going down and the M8 going down. What are you playing at, Americans? What are you playing at? We wanted a good show for the audience, but now this is just not turning out to be anything. You were doing decently enough in the early to mid-game, but it's nothing. Oh, man. He's going to be calling them down. He's going to be calling him off now. You're map hacking. You've anticipated every move for the last 30 minutes to save 3 CP. WTF map hack? Yeah, that's what I want to say. WTF map hack? You're only just calling him a map hacker because he's actually winning against you. Even with my Sherman attack, knowing he was hiding in the corner. Man, he could have probably seen that ages ago. You were keeping it there for, what, how long? Probably 5 minutes? If you're going to keep something there for so long, eventually somebody's going to find out about it. And even when you found out about it, all you had against that Sherman tank was what? A Martyr and Fallschirmjäger, and he destroyed the Martyr. And then the Fallschirmjäger finished it off. The Fallschirmjägers didn't have to finish it off. He could easily have gotten it, gotten the Sherman out of there. Don't tell me he's gonna lose a Ranger. Oh dear. Oh dear. Vet 2 Ranger squad down like that. That is it. Slickback saying whatever. He cannot handle it. He cannot handle a loss. Apparently anyone that wins against him is a map hacker. Oh, Slickback. This does not make you look good at all. Killed a double vet Ranger with no vet. Whatever. Man, come on. How many were there? There's like freaking 3 Fallschirmjägers. All upgunned. What do you expect? They're not freaking God mode. But anyway, enough of this. Let's stop bitching about the players. We can tell that the Panzer Elite won because of the mistakes of the American. It was so clear there. The Americans had this in the bag, but it was changed around because of mistakes. Silly mistakes. M10 did not have to go in by itself. It could easily have gotten support by the Sherman and harassed the Panzer Elite like no tomorrow. Actually, probably finish off all the squads if they wanted to, and all the martyrs. That would have been it. Game sealed, done. But that didn't happen. Some other adjustments could have been made. He could have gotten tanks later on rather than these off-map combat groups. I suppose they worked quite well, but you know, even these ranger squads, very, very expensive, 400 manpower, could easily have gotten some Shermans out of that instead. He had the fuel to do it. But, oh well, I guess it's something that you have to learn later on in a future game. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this cast. I hope you enjoy Krebs doing a solo cast by himself. It kills my throat. I definitely know my throat doesn't enjoy it at all, but hey, who cares, Krebs? Just do us a favor and keep on casting. We don't care about your throat. Keep on casting. Alright, guys. So, just before I finish this off, because I was saying in previous videos, because it is the festive period, I am going to be giving out various gifts of such to you guys. And so in this episode, I'm going to be giving out a Company of Heroes 2 beta key right in front of your screen. So make sure that you're the first to actually claim that. Go type that in the Company of Heroes website. Please don't ask me how to use this key because I'm not going to respond. It's on the Company of Heroes website if you want to enter that in, hopefully anyway. Or if not, then just save that key for when you are able to enter it. The first to use that will have access to the Company of Heroes 2 beta. That should hopefully be coming in January. So very, very soon. Okay guys, so until next time, and hopefully this will be maybe tomorrow, I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.